Welcome in, everyone, to the Board and Bow podcast. It's a World of Warcraft podcast with your man, Scions. I'm the Alliance Hunter in the group. My co-host. You?
Oh, me. Oh, hi, guys. My name's Uggsy.
Yeah.
I'm here to represent the Horde. Proud Warrior main here. And, Tarn race, best race. And we're here to vibe and have a good time and talk about all things World of Warcraft. And we're doing it live for the first time. So if you're just tuning in, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. We will get to answering questions as we discuss topics. But we're also going to
hot ones today.
Yeah, we got some good ones coming up. But we're also going to be taking this recording and reposting it to the channel so that you can go back later and post your comments, whether you like what we talked about, whether you hate what we talked about, if you agree, disagree, whatever. That's what this is for. So, with all that being said,
yeah, we're totally open.
We're just here to have a good time, and hopefully you guys enjoy the content. And if you do, please like the video, subscribe, comment. We're going to be doing these live more often. We may adjust the time when we go live with this to be more appropriate for people, i.e., after quote unquote working hours and things of that nature. But that's something that Scions and I will discuss in the near future. However, we're live right now, so no point in holding on to a minute ago. Let's move forward because there is no reverse in this gearbox. So,
no, sir.
The first topic up for grabs, Mr. Scions, is damage meters and how good are they? Now, you have been playing beta. I have been playing beta. A lot of people have been playing beta. And we have opinions. We have thoughts.
We do.
I want you to start with your thoughts on it, and then, I'll give you my thoughts. Go ahead.
What little bit I've seen of the damage meters, and I'm going to test it more today and tomorrow in the beta. The things I need are in there. Like, I'm not sure what people are talking about. I see the damage, I see the healing, I see the interrupts, just the real basic things that are important in group content. I'm seeing those. Now, it's going to change, and Warcraft's going to iterate on those damage meters. There's going to be changes to all the add-ons as time moves on, and we have time. However, I'm going to say this. The people that complain the most about the damage meters not having everything they want are the people, and this is going to make a lot of people angry. I'm okay with that.
You're going to piss me off. You're going to piss me off. Don't do it.
I am right now. Here it goes.
Nope.
Are the people who think they're a top-end player, but they're not, and they have all the bells and whistles, and they have all the add-ons and all the weak auras, and you don't have this, and you don't have that. You're not that top-end player. You know what the top-end players are saying? Okay, it's gonna kind of suck, but we're gonna work around it. We're gonna make it happen. It's not a failed experiment. It works, but those are the people that are gonna complain the most. Is the people that say, "Hey, man, Blizzard doesn't know what they're talking about, dude. You're not that player. You're not that guy." Zuggs, go for it.
I am that player. I am that guy. And that is total nonsense from the top down. Now, I will agree that it does the base principle things. It gives us your damage, healing, it can show interrupts, CCs, all these things, and that's good. And I'm happy to see that they added extra windows, so it's not like we just got bare bones stock, right? Just 1 meter, whether it shows damage, interrupts, healing over time, or whatever. It's giving us some information, and you can right click on it and see some of your base damage. But I'm looking for, if you want to call me the 1%er or tryhards that think they know what they're talking about, okay. But I like that real raw data feedback in more detail. I like seeing the percentages and the physical numbers. I like seeing what my damage is doing and where it's coming from and why it's coming from that location to help me with my rotation, help me with understanding my play style and what I'm going to benefit from, because we all know that every fight's different. Every raid boss has a different complex fight. Some of them are purely single target, just straight up on them, as much uptime as possible, your basic single target rotation. And then there's light cleave fights, and there's only a two person, where you're attacking 2 targets, attacking 3 targets, and your rotation will change regardless of the pruning. We know that's a thing. So being able to see those exact numbers and how they play out also helps us sim ourselves to get to that location to where we're peaking our performance.
Okay, now hang on.
Oh,
because here's where things might get a little sticky. At what player level do you think these things should come out? You don't need it at normal. You really don't need that kind of information in the last 2 bosses of Heroic. So you're talking about Mythic Raiders. You're talking about 2% of the player base?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I fall in that
What's gonna
2%.
serve the people more? What's going to serve the everyday player more? Having all this stuff that they don't give 2 shits about, or having the basic in there and then iterating it on it as it goes?
I'm sorry, but 2% is still part of the population, and we cry for these things. We demand these things, and we
100%.
want these things. Whether it's 1% of the population or 85% of the population, everybody should be getting what they want from the game. So if they're going to replace our add-on that we've been conditioned into for the last 15 years, I want that stuff for myself. Yes, the best part about what I'm asking for is I'm getting what I and the 2% and the 1%ers and so on want from their baked-in version of details. And for all the other people who don't need all that raw data feedback, doesn't need all that information, can just have it as a bare bones basic setup. And that's perfectly fine. That's meeting the needs of everyone. Like,
I like that. I actually like how you explain that very much.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is you know, you can look at some of these player profiles that people have conjured up and placed out there on the internet for you to grab, and some of them are insanely intricate and some of them are really basic and very clean.
Correct.
You know, it's up to the player as to what they desire, but I desire that information. I like knowing that information. I want to be able to look at that, base it to the Warcraft logs, and be able to see where I'm messing up, because I'm a human being. I'm going to make mistakes in my rotation. Where am I goofing? Where should my burst window be to maximize my damage output, throughput the fight, and get the fight done at the most clean maximum level I can? Now, I get it. I'm a tank. My biggest priority isn't damage, but it still is a focus. I mean, how many times have you guys been in a fight where everyone's dead but one healer and the 2 tanks, and you're praying to God we were able to get it done for you for that last
that
1.5%?
Every raid team at some point.
Yeah,
every raid team
well,
has
I
that
want to
issue.
make sure that my 1.5% is going to be there. So I want my details and I want my data.
Okay. All right. I'm sure Blizzard's going to do some of that. One of the things that I noticed was when you clicked on your character, it didn't quite show all your abilities and stuff, because I use that stuff too, right? But again, we're going to advocate for the people spending all the money, which is most people that
You can
use this like halfway.
You can. That's perfectly fine. That's why there's 2 of us on the show. I'm going to advocate. I'm going to advocate for the other people that want all the information so they can maximize their damage output and,
and there's
enjoy
nothing
the
wrong with
game
that
at a high end level. So, with all that being said,
right.
real quick, Davey, welcome in, man. Good to see you, brother. All damage meters are currently divide the community. Well, okay, so you say they divide the community, Dave, but if they divide the community, the problem is why, if it's so divisive, are they baking it into the video game?
It's a big deal.
It gives back true feedback, even for the people that you're talking about divisive, the elite people that won't bring someone into a group based on what they do, based on parsing, based on their damage output, and so on. It's also a tool to allow these people that aren't getting added into these groups an opportunity to learn their own craft so they can improve and get to a point to where they're going to be able to improve to a point to where said 1% best parsers are going to start inviting them to groups.
Okay, but the chat just said, and this is something to consider, if the boss is dying, does the damage really matter?
Yeah, okay. There are obviously 2 types of people. There are people that just want to see the boss drop and they don't care how it gets done. They don't even know what a parse is, don't care what a parse is. And then there are people that care about their parse, care about their damage output, and those are the contributing people that are going to get that boss down with the other people. So they want to, and that's their form of fun, is seeing that feedback, seeing those numbers.
Right.
So
Right.
seeing
It's another way to enjoy the game.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, there again, not to jump off the topic of the meters, but there are people that purely log on to World of Warcraft just to play, you know, play in the auction house, just play stock market in the auction house, and that's their only passion. But they pay for the subscription. They get what they want out of the game, and that's their business. The 2%, 1% elitist people want that data feedback. I want that data feedback. We want to see those numbers, and the reality is you say that meters are divisive, but Warcraft logs are still going to exist. Radar IO is still going to exist. People are still going to be able to pull your information regardless of whether the meters are there to show whether you're killing things or not. And they're going to be able to determine if they want to take you into the group or not. So use the tools that they are giving us to improve your gameplay if you want to get into that later in-game content.
Correct.
Bang, bang.
We agree. We agree on that 100%. All right, what do we got?
Anyways, you know, I mean, the reality is I think it's going in a good direction. I want to see some more information come out of it, especially with it being server side. It's going to be true real-time data, and I'm excited about that, to actually see that. I think it's going to improve everyone. You know, the pruning is designed to get the more casual player to get into, dip their toes into the in-game content and hopefully usher in the next generation of end gamers, right? And that's great. But they can't do it if they don't know what they're doing and they don't have information to fall back on. So even someone like myself or Scions or even you guys in the chat right now that are veterans of the game and playing for years, you're going to be able to help these people out. You're going to help them understand. You're going to help them see where their gaps fall in and help them because we all know it's a pruning today. But by the end of midnight, or at worst case, end of Titan, we're going to be back into more complex rotations. They're going to bring back more buttons. This isn't just a reset. We're going to get back to that at some point or another. And it's up to us to help usher in the new generation. That's it.
And news saying that most of the top-end players will still use Warcraft logs over the meters. The meters are just kind of like part of the inside of the sandwich. Let's just take a look at it. Then we'll go look at the whole sandwich on the log. So,
well, I mean, the reality is, you know, if you go through an entire night of let's say, you know, a normal raid and you're progging heroic, but your guild's not even at mythic yet. Okay. And you've got this one person that can't output more damage than the tanks flopping over early. You already see outliers on that individual to help them, to either help them improve if they want to improve or help find a replacement if they're not willing to improve. You see what I'm saying? And that's what that's what the data in those meters are for. And that's what we're looking for as top end players, to see that, to help find those outliers and get that person to improve. A perfect example is the other night we were raiding and one of our guildies plays a boomy, and there was a pug boomy that we brought in, and their gear level was similar, but this guy was outputting 1 million more damage. Well, Warcraft logs in the meters are going to tell you what they're doing different, and just by using those two pieces of information, it's going to show you where you're gapping in your rotation and how to fix your rotation so that you can output the same damage the person was doing prior to you, minus any gear or anything like that.
Yes, I agree.
Oh no, it was like 2 mil more damage. Well, then, you know, that again, that's a rotation, and it could be, you know, it could be a number of things, but the details would tell us. If it's a trinket,
it was PI.
A PI, it could be a PI, it could be a trinket proc, it could be a ton of different things. It was me. I was the boomy in question. Well, I wasn't gonna call you out. I was just using it as an example, but there you go. All right, listen. All in all, can we agree that details is important in the game?
It is very important in the game, yes. Okay. And it has been for a very long time.
Can we agree that it does benefit everyone to see where their fault line hits and how to get above that?
It does. It does. Okay. It may be more important to others, but yes.
Okay. And then is it also important that the casual player can just turn it off? They don't even want to see it?
100%. 100%.
Okay, well then give us everything we want in the damage meters, and then everybody's gonna be happy. Okay, because if you don't like it, you can just turn it off. Ta-da! All right. Ta-da! All right. So that's my opinion on it. I hope you guys understand. It is a work in progress. It's gonna get better. Hell, sometimes it might get worse before it gets better, but we're looking for it. And
Yeah,
at least it
we're waiting.
is covering the base needs as it stands. The bones have been set in place. Now it's time to start filling in the body. So,
Yes.
with that said, I think it's time we move on.
Okay.
I don't want to beat that dead horse. And you know, I just let you whip it to death, Scions, and it's, you know, let it be.
Let it rest.
Yeah,
Let it
okay,
rest. All right.
All right. Good. Tired of having these kind of
We've
conversations.
got some hotter topics coming.
Yeah. Let's talk about transmog, the outfit slots.
Yes.
They decided to go warband with them.
They did, which was the right decision.
Let me finish. And can
Okay.
we and all the little details about it. Can you just swap onesie, twosie pieces off of this set? Is that going to cost you a buttload of gold? You know, is 800,000 a gold sink? Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? I want to hear your opinion about it because there's a lot to unpack about this.
There's a lot to unpack, and realistically, one of the things that Blizzard said in the post was that they said, we just put it there for you guys to see. It's not finished. So that was the very first thing, is they said in the post. So everyone, of course, got all excited, and Blizzard stroking me again, and that's not the case. They just put it in there. They want you to see it. They want you to see, hey, we've got all this stuff for you here. It's coming. This is just kind of what we put in. It's going to change.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, and that's for every slot, right? So that means your ring slots and all that other stuff. My understanding is right now, as it sits today, it's going to cost you 57,000 gold to transmog a full set. So, like, if you have a set from a raid that you like, then you can do that. It's going to cost you about 57,000 gold to do every piece.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Wait. Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
So let's say you've got that set, and then you get this new weapon, and it matches the set better. You got this new transmog, and you just want to mog the weapon. Is it going to cost you another 57K just to change the weapon out on that mog set?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
They haven't really come out and said a whole lot about it other than it's a work in progress. And it's just kind of hard to tell right now. We're going to have to wait to see how it progresses. And we've got a lot of time right now.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking probably the end of February where we've got time for Blizzard to make some adjustments. And that's another story that we're going to get into where they talked about those kinds of things. But at the end of the day, it's transmog. It's coming. You won't have to trade things out or reapply it. It's a really good quality of life thing. It's just not ready.
Question for you. So, like people will, for Christmas, they'll put on the Santa outfit. Right, they'll mog to a Santa outfit, little candy cane staff or candy cane swords, and Merry Christmas, everyone. Right? Is that gonna? Do they have to like set that in a slot, like one of the different sets, or can they just transmog for a week and then go back to their mog? Because I know like they keep emphasizing, hey, whenever you just feel like jumping into your, saving a set for when you go into your housing, you just get into your comfy onesie, and when you're out in the world, adventuring in Azeroth, you put on your battle gear.
I want to say that they're going to have two versions. They're going to have the regular version and then this other version. So you should be able to swap. It's just like I said, man. We don't know. And we have all these questions, and nobody knows all of the things that are going to be available with this.
Okay. Well,
so
basically, we don't have a whole lot to unpack here. He made me look like a fool.
The one thing that's wrong, though, the one thing that's wrong is if they make you repay for a slot for that permanency on a new piece, that's going to be a bit of a problem for the community.
So the way I understood it was like this. So let's say you, the player, have this perfect mog. You love this mog. It's your favorite everything mog. You don't ever want to change. This is it.
Yep.
There is no changing. And then you get a new upgrade set of shoulders, or I guess shoulders are enchantable now. Let's just say like hands. Hands don't have enchants this season coming. You get a new set of hands. can you equip those new set of hands and it just automatically remogs to your permanent set? Or are you going to look like you went through the thrift shop until you can get to a transmogrifier and it's just free to remog it to your stuff?
I don't know. And Blizzard hasn't released that information yet.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So there's still a lot of speculation.
Yeah.
A lot of speculation.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I propose that this week coming, I'm going to get onto beta and kind of fool around with it a little bit if it's going to let us actually do it. Because the one problem I have, and this might be you, and this might be everybody else in beta as well, whenever I log on to it, all my mog is missing. I've only got like 5 things I get to choose from out of all the mog I've collected through the centuries. You know, I mean, like
last week we couldn't do it, and this week they said, "Hey, we've got it back in the game," but it's all messed up.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the idea because I love, now there are characters I do put seasonal mog on, or I put X-Pack mog on. Like I earn this new set of X-Pack and I'll put on one of my alts, right?
Yeah.
Like as an example, if you're watching this video, you're most likely finishing up or close to finishing up Legion Remix. So you've more than likely gotten the regalia, the different regalia sets, including the clear all the raids on Mythic set, that brand new gold regalia set, gold and white, and you want to put it on. You might want to wear it on your main for a little while, and if you do, that's great. But at what cost? 57,000 gold.
Every time you want to change,
or 150, 200,000 gold to purchase a new slot to put that into the slot in case you decide you want to wear that periodically. That sounds to me it sounds like a giant gold sink. I am glad that they're making it warbound, so once you have all these slots, you're not pre-purchasing them, you're not having to purchase them again for every character, but it sounds like an extreme gold sink to me. And this reverts back to where I was talking about last week's episode, and if you guys haven't watched last week's episode, it's available for you to watch. That's what they need to do with Hearthsteel. If they're looking for gold sinks, instead of Hearthsteel being in the store for purchase with real money, they need to do it with gold. They need to do it with gold, so that way they're gold sinking that kind of stuff and leaving one of the core pieces, which is transmog, to be friendly. How crappy would it feel for a new player to come into the game and see someone with this, oh man, what do I got to do to get that? Well, you got to go collect all these different items. And once you got it all collected, you got to go spend about 350,000 gold or wear it. And that's nonsense. That's not fair. That's not cool. So I hope that that's not what it comes to. I hope that they keep some things traditional and that these are completely optional as if you want these sets on the fly. But because like if you change Mog in retail right now, full set, I think it's like 1,800 gold, maybe 2,000 gold max, right? Yeah. And 50 to going from like $2,000 to like 60 grand. That's tough, man. That's ridiculous.
It is. Like I said, it's a work in progress, and we're gonna have to wait. Well, and see.
like New was saying, it's just but I mean, it's like what New said. Literally, everybody's going to be running around stark naked in the game because they can't afford to mog what they want to mog.
And Blizzard did say in an interview that they are going to be making changes in beta, which usually doesn't happen a whole lot. It traditionally has not happened a lot where they're making a bunch of sweeping changes in the beta unless it's really messed up. So something like this, if they're going to change it so we can test it, would be really good.
Yeah, that'd be great. Just give me all my crap from my account back so I can actually play around with it and see if it's worth anything. Because I mean, realistically, for the everyday player, the first 2 slots are kind of going to what you're going to need in the first place. Maybe the top. Let's just say let's get crazy. The top 3 or 4 slots. Everyday players will probably have those slots, and then people with 20 slots, that transmog's just their thing. Those are those unique collectors that really like to showcase their different ensembles they put together. And I'm not trying to discredit them. Remember, we're trying to look out for the everyday player that includes the 1% to the 1%er down to the 99%er. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like we're we want it to be feasible, but ultimately it shouldn't It should not cost us an arm and physical leg in order to just
No,
transmog
and I think
APs.
there's gonna be some price changing, I believe,
Yeah.
because the community was just like, no, you're out of your mind. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
we just
Because
gotta wait, man.
we know how difficult it is to get something to be changed on live servers. So the fact they're reacting to things
Yeah.
like they are on beta right now, which
Yeah.
is great. We want to continue to see that happening.
Yes, I do.
I don't really have a whole lot more until we know more. I don't really have much more I want to talk about it. News says spend the 1.5 mil gold, and I won break time gambles last night on transmog.
Might as well do it.
Yeah,
it. You
so
won't.
death rolling just so you can change your transmog.
Yeah.
It sounds like a great time.
Great time.
It's time to move on, my friend. We're moving on.
Okay.
We will touch base on this again as we
we'll
know
swing back
more.
around.
As we know more. Group Finder dual spec edit mode coming to Classic. Now, I am not a Classic guy. I will input my thoughts where I see fit. However, I'm gonna let Science really take this one. It seems like this one is hitting close to home for him, so I'm gonna let him take this one. Go ahead, bud.
It is. So let's take a look at it real quick. Again, there's a few basic things that probably we knew were coming. So the edit mode for the UI, not a big deal in Classic. Put things where you want it. People do it anyways. They have some add-ons and stuff. That's fine. That's not a big deal. The choice to bring dual spec to the Classic era, Warcraft said that they really thought about it, and it's something that people want. It's one of those things that when Classic came out and dual spec came out, they really punished you gold-wise to have a dual spec. But again, it's all about quality of life, right? And having a dual spec really is, say, if you're a warrior or you're a druid and now a paladin, if you want to tank and heal, it's a click of a button, you're done, you're good. That only makes sense. Now, the biggest thing right now, the single biggest thing about the Classic era and what Blizzard has decided to do is to put the group finder tool into Classic Warcraft, which means you press the letter I, you go into a group and do dungeons. As we all know, getting into dungeons for most people is the hardest thing to do in Classic. You can go into town in Classic, Stormwind, Orgrimmar, Ironforge, doesn't matter. And you can see the litany of people standing in the middle of town begging for runs, trying to get into stuff. We're not talking about Raid Finder. I think that's completely different. I think that if you're going to take people on raids, you need to take the people you want to take. And we're talking about basic dungeon here, basic accessibility. And one of the reasons why the group finder was brought in Wrath of the Lich King was because the community gatekept who got into those dungeons. Right? As an example, group finder came in, Wrath of the Lich King. I was like, cool, I can get into some dungeons. Got into the first dungeon. 2 people left after they said, oh, that item level's not high enough. I'm not doing this. You guys are idiots. And they left. We got more people in. We one-shot everything, finished the dungeon, which tells you the elitism of the player base in Classic. It's there. You can't tell me no. It's not the most social aspect thing in the world. It's not. They're people. And so what they do is they gatekeep to keep people out. They only want to take people that are they're going to get them what they want, because that's what they want, right? They want what they want, when they want, how they want. This is going to bring all the people back into the fold. Hey, you know what? It's going to make leveling easier. It's not going to be such a slog. It's fucking horrible right now. There's no other way around it. Leveling in Classic is horrible. It is the slowest, ungodly thing. And for what it was when it was brand new, it's fine. Now you're going to throw in the group finder. It's going to speed that up. It is one of the biggest quality of life tools that players need and want. And those Classic players, you're just going to have to accept it, man. That's the way it is. Go ahead.
Science, my friend, I want you to look deep into my eyes.
Yes.
I am a retail Randy fixing to give an opinion on a Classic Andy version of the game.
Here we go.
Okay. All right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the premises of Classic, Vanilla Classic, supposed to bring you back to the original, to be Vanilla Classic, to go through that original experience of MMORPG? Isn't that what
How
it's
many
for?
times have we done it?
It doesn't matter. Does that's not the point.
Those systems are still there.
Is it not supposed to be a throwback to the way things were, the way things used to be, and that this is how the game was played way back when, and that this is the experience? Okay. All right.
That is.
Okay. I do not believe that they should be bringing a group finder into Classic, regardless of the thousands of people sitting and your scorning words of elitism being involved in there. The whole point behind how Classic was the social interactivity of it being that experience, not clicking a button and just say, hey, find me this for leveling, find me this for that, find me this for that. The whole point was for free people to work together, socialize, and collaborate in a MMO online RPG. I do not agree with it coming into play. I can see some of your points that you're trying to make, but those have already been implemented into what we've had. And there's other, there's other variances. There's hardcore. There's this. There's that. Like, leave Classic.
It's not coming to hardcore.
Well, the problem with hardcore is you've got the one life to live concept, and that's what the people that are the purists that are just playing Classic vanilla. That's what they want. They don't want. If they die, they die. They don't want to lose all their stuff and have to start over. But at the same time, they're not looking for group finder. They like the way it was. So
I understand that.
Leave it the hell alone.
But here's the thought that you need to think about. Why are they doing it now?
Oh, because the servers are fucking dead.
Yeah, people are done. That's exactly why this is one of the other reasons why it's coming back. And what it's going to do is it's going to draw your retail guys to come in and play Classic. It's going to keep it alive.
That's not going to work. I mean,
you'll get
a handful, but you're not talking about, it's not going to breathe life back into it.
But it's going to bring some life back into it.
Well, okay. Listen. Group Finder, in my opinion, is a bad play for vanilla, period. Stop, period. That's my opinion on it. If people want to play vanilla, they need to just play vanilla the way it was designed way back when. That's the whole point in it being there, is for people to go back and relive that nostalgia, relive those moments. All the classic indies that hate retail for these reasons, now you're putting in one of the things they hate about retail, and that's going to drive them away further. And if it does attract more retail players to it, that's fine, but that's just pushing the Classic group out and away from the game. I think it's a bad play. I don't like it. Edit mode in it, 99% of players outside of the green behind the ear, first time player getting on and playing Classic vanilla for the first time, they don't even know what an add-on is, unless but if they meet anybody out in the game, they're going to tell them, oh, you need this add-on, get this add-on, get this add-on, get this add-on. This add-on's going to change your UI, and here's a profile, yada yada. Before you know it, they're going to have their stuff profiled the way they want. So having the edit mode in there, I don't think matters really.
No.
I don't think that matters, but what's your thoughts on the dual spec coming to Classic?
The dual spec is fine. Again, that was a quality of life thing that Blizzard put in. They're just gonna bring it in. I can't remember exactly.
Wouldn't you agree that falls into more of like a season of discovery kind of situation, though?
That's kind of what they did, but they're gonna bring it into the Burning Crusade Classic. People really do like it. Even the Classic guys really like that ability to, like I said earlier, go from tank to healer or DPS to healer or whatever it is, and just click of a button. You've already got things set up. Mm-hmm. So if you're in a group and somebody drops, say your healer drops or your tank drops and your DPS, you're like, oh, I can tank this, man. I got this. Boom, just get another DPS. We'll go. It really makes the runs go by quicker. As you know, in Classic, when somebody leaves, how hard is it in the middle of a run to go get a healer or a tank? You're going to be there for a long time waiting.
So Haru in chat says the first time a round of Classic was what I was happy for, not a repeat over and over and over. Okay. Well, we knew that was going to come to a head. We knew that at some point or another, outside of some type of additional content, and before we say, okay, well, let's just have a refresher,
That's what they're doing. Yeah.
refresher of vanilla.
Yes.
I think the devs need to genuinely look at opportunities to create content around vanilla that was never there.
They're doing that. There's work on that right now. Season of
I'm
Discovery
talking
was a
about,
great test.
yeah, like raids,
Yeah.
dungeons,
Yep.
zones.
They just did that with Season of Discovery, right?
Okay.
They put in the Scarlet Crusade raid.
Yeah. Oh.
So Classic Plus
Scarlet
is
Crusade
coming. I'm telling you, they're going to do it.
Oh, wow.
Coming.
It's not classic anymore at this point. It's like a classic remix. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be. Well, that's what people want. That's really what people want. That's
well,
the
yeah.
whole
You see
Turtle
these.
WoW thing.
Yeah,
and,
Turtle WoW. I was fixing to say Turtle
Yeah.
WoW and all these other variances out
Players
there.
want that. That's fine. Let's do it.
You know what would be cool? And and this might not be the best take about classic, but I think would be cool is if they just. It's in my mind. I wish I could bring it to fruition for people to be able to see, but like freshen up classic as far as the visuals, right? Clean it up, but keep it as it was. You know what I'm saying? Like refresh, give the world a one over, your little makeup, a little mascara, a little blush, and then
give it a shower.
Yeah, and re-release it with some new content. I really think that's what they need to do if they want to keep this classic. If they want to keep this classic thing going, you know what I mean. I'm just being honest. I really think that's what they need to do. But I really also feel like yet again, Scions just keeps beating that dead horse, and he won't let me move to the next topic.
I'm gonna beat it too. Yep.
Well, I'm gonna stop it right now. I think we covered everything in that.
Yeah, we did. We got that.
I think we got it. But I mean, ultimately, you know, the biggest thing is your voice, guys. Like if you come across this video and you've heard our stance on all this stuff, it's your voice to be heard out there in Discords, in forums, in Reddit, in
respectfully.
I mean, get your voice out there about your opinions around what they're doing, and if they're reacting the way they are to it with retail, they're going to react to things like that in classic too. So just pay it. Everybody says, what can I do? I'm just one person. Well, the power of the people is what gets things to move. So the more people that are voicing their opinion respectfully is going to get us where we need to go.
I agree.
Hardcore classic not coming to TBC. That's the next topic.
It's not coming to TBC. Yeah,
that's the next topic. Again, not really. Not a classic guy. I did play hardcore for a bit, and it was fun, but hardcore not coming to the Burning Crusade, or we should say the Burning Crusade is not coming to hardcore.
Yeah, they're not going to do it. I guess there's some add-ons out there. I guess OnlyFans is going to be doing something like that. I heard, so that's fine.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they're just not going to do it. So there's something else in place. If you want to do that, go ahead, download the add-on, do it that way. Mm-hmm. That's your only option. I mean, it's kind of a one and done deal. But people were asking if they were going to do it. I thought it would be a good forum here for us to say Blizzard's not interested in that, and that's it. That's all there is.
Right. I mean, at what point could you imagine you're playing hardcore Shadowlands, hardcore?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just, the game isn't designed for that, and so you're just gonna get frustrated. There'll be some people that can do it, but
what I think they should do. You see me on this. Remember that whole new content we were talking about just a minute ago to revitalize vanilla?
Yep.
Add that to hardcore. Add that. Add the add new dungeons, new raids, new zones, a little more dangerous zones, etc.
Yeah.
To really draw out the whole inspiration behind what hardcore is and what its design philosophy was meant to be behind in the first place.
Hardcore TBC sounds terrible. Dying have to start over at level 1 to get back to TBC content. Yeah. And that's really, that's your punishment.
What raid attunements and all that stuff? You lose everything and have to do that all over again?
Nope.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't be a fan of that one either. But then again, I'm not. I'm not a classic Andy, so I can't talk to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, classic. I mean, hardcore. There's not a whole lot you can do with that. Again, it's not a whole lot you can go with without
No.
creating that new content. And like anything, it's going to get dry. It's going to get old. You can only garage so many times before you've gone through 50 plus characters and you're like, okay, I'm sick of doing this. I'd like to actually be able to progress and do something in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
So it's just, again, it's just one of those things where Blizzard just said, yeah, we're not going to be doing that. And I think it's because they're working on some other things.
Yeah.
So.
There's not really much more I can really bring to that topic. Is there anything else you really want to talk about with hardcore?
No, let's move on.
All right.
Let's move on.
Player housing, December 2nd.
Yes.
Now, there is a buttload to unpack here, including fun things like add-ons. Homebound.
Yes.
The add-on Homebound is going to show you some fun stuff. Websites like Wow Housing. You can Google Wow Housing and it'll bring it up, and it's a website that shows you all the housing items and where to get them. And it's obviously because it's still early, but I've perused the website, and it shows you where the majority of things are, down to the vendor name and where they are. They actually have a pin map on the website, and you can click it just like you can on Wowhead. Get the in-game pin, paste it into your into the game, and click the pin, and it'll take you straight to the vendor to buy the housing items from them, as long as you met the criteria. It also gives you that information. I'm pretty sure it's got some kind of hook back link to Wowhead at some degree to get that kind of information over, but I think it's really cool to show all the, and man, I'm gonna tell you, some of the houses that I've seen just on beta are nuts right now. Like some of the craziest things I didn't even know you could do with the external of your home, let alone being able to walk into someone's home and see what they've done internally. Now, I like the idea of housing, but I'm not an interior designer. I'm not an architect. I enjoy some of the facilities about it, but I'm at a very superficial level. Do I dare to danger with that? My ADHD brain says I can't do all that without getting lost in the sauce. But what are your thoughts on housing so far?
I think housing is really good. I think it's a long time in coming. I think it's the right thing to do. And on December 2nd, we will be able to have housing in the game. Now, it's not going to be perfect at first. Everyone's going to crash and smash those areas. There's going to be a lot of lag and a lot of problems, a lot of issues.
Well,
but it will smooth out. The biggest thing I'm going to tell you right now, if you're playing the beta, is you need to go peruse the area to see what plots that you're going to want to put your house on. It's important. So if you are Horde or Alliance, there's going to be spots you don't want your house or spots where you want your house. And I would pick more than one, because more than likely it's going to be layered, because there's going to be different
different neighborhoods. But you can, hold on a second. Let me ask you a different question really quick. Let me bring up a different topic. Talking about that, being able to find the right plot, etc. You can have your own community neighborhood. You can have your guild neighborhood. You can go into public neighborhoods, and there's multiple public neighborhoods and so on. How are they preparing the servers to handle this? Because look at all the guilds, and some guilds are so freaking big, they literally don't have enough plots to cover the entire guild. So how's that work? They're going to have different phases for that guild. Okay, your guild's way too big. So, or is that going to be a gold thing? Hey, spend another 250, 10 plots to your, to the island for your guild. How's the server going to be able to handle that load?
It's going to be laggy as hell, and especially on a high population server, it's going to bog it down. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're prepared. We don't know. They're not going to tell you they're not prepared, which is a mistake, right? If they, people would be really upset if they had to delay it for a week, but Blizzard's not going to do that. They're just going to go and just make it happen. And so it's going to be kind of like someone walking through a landmine that has no training, and they're going to be going like this, trying to find out what's wrong, and then the whole thing's going to blow up. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. In all reality,
what an analogy! Oh my god,
it's true though. That's kind of how it almost feels. That's how Blizzard does things. Is they go in blind and they're trying to find the landmine, and when it blows up, oh, there it is. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. I hear you. It's just
Yeah.
I like what they've done so far. One of the things I wish they did though is I wish that when a guild secured a neighborhood, that
Yeah.
it gave both factions, instead of saying, okay, because this is originally a alliance guild, it's going to be an alliance neighborhood, or this is an alliance or a horde
It's going to be
guild,
based on
it's going to be
the guild leader.
right. But what I'm saying
Yeah.
is what I wish they would do is when you secure a guild and a community for that matter, both it doesn't matter whether it's guild or community, but I'm just using this as an example. Whatever faction that player's on, it generates two versions. The version for the alliance and the version for the horde, so that way that those said people can go and pick their plots and be where they want to be and see the atmosphere that they want to see, versus chokeholding it to the one faction that the person generated it on. As an example, my guild, which I love, 2 pieces, the GM and the raid lead is an alliance character. So I'm going to go create because I'm a horde main and I want to play, I want my housing to be in a horde environment. I'm going to go create a community, a private community, or whatever they're going to call it, whatever you call that, so that I can invite other horde guildies and any community members that want a place to come and hang out that's a horde version. I wish that they would have had that forethought to say, okay, if a guild, at least guilds, if a guild wants to secure, that's fine, they'll secure a spot for both factions. I wish that would have been a thing.
Yeah.
Should give
I think it's technology. I think it's a technological deal, or they just want to get it into the game first, just like everything else.
Yeah, you think it's something that comes down the line. Yeah, I mean, it is evergreen, so I mean, there's that reality.
Which means they're going to be changing it. So Titan might have big sweeping changes. We don't know.
Yeah, could very well be.
What is the number one thing you would like to see in housing? And then I'll tell you mine.
The number one thing that I want to see in housing.
Yeah.
I don't know yet because it's still so new. Like, for me, I don't know. I mean, I got lots of ideas, but like, one thing I would like to see is the items that you put in your home. Here it is. They're interactive. And what I mean by they're interactive is a mirror in your home is your barbershop. A closet, a closet or a chest of drawers in your home is your transmogrifier. You can actually put your portals almost like trophies in like a room, make a room, and it's your portal room, but it's your portals that you've generated, that you've been rewarded from Mythic Plus. Like you know how we have the portals to Manaforge Omega now, and if you've hit the certain renown for Liberation of Undermine and Manaforge, have those portals and make a room in your home where your portals are just there. If you want to spend the gold and have a portal to every zone, have a portal to your the major, whatever the current X pack is. So obviously in Midnight, that's going to be Silver Moon, right? Where here in War Within, it's Dornagal. If you want, you can change that location to whatever you want, almost like a Hearthstone, your Hearthstone does for you, to a nearest end, so to speak. Something like that. I would like to see some kind of like interactivity like that in your home that connects you back to the world easily without having to.
I think that's a great idea.
Come out of your home, fly to this this neutral portal. This takes you somewhere, or you're constantly burning your Hearthstones to get to where you want to go from your home.
Yeah.
Or
go ahead.
a hearthing system like we have those tickets in Remix right now, where you can hearth to your home and then hearth back to where you came from.
Yeah. That's a great idea. James Boss says, can I get a cardboard box as a house in Midnight? You can't, but what you can do if you're Horde is you can put trash piles around your house. Mm-hmm. So you can do that. You can live in garbage if you want.
Junker Jim.
So the biggest thing I would love to see in housing is going to be the most asked boomer thing you have ever heard. I want a sign, a big ass sign that says get off my lawn. And I would put that right in front of my door. I would just fence it around my plot. Get out.
Get out.
Fantastic. That's what I want.
Oh man. I would love to see some of the people are talking about like different pieces of ideas. That would be super cool. Imagine if you had some like little crappy shack as your home. Almost like an outhouse looking thing, and then you open it and it takes you down a set of stairs or to an elevator, it drops you 30 floors, and then you got this massive like just hacienda underneath a bunker, a built down bunker.
Would be awesome.
Yeah,
like
that'd be
bunker. Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
Yep.
And again, and for the sake of Uprising, I'm curious to see them add so much more to the exterior. For the enthusiasts, right? Like, imagine someone being able to create their very own version of Castle Nathria, or their very own
that
version.
Would be awesome.
Or their very own version of like if they wanted that, like a Mirdrasil, or what are those trees called? They're called. Their life trees, Teardrasil, a Mirdrasil,
Teldrassil, or what? Yeah, whatever. It is.
But they're you know what I'm talking about. They're the trees of life on Azeroth and so on, where they have like world trees. That's right, world trees. Thank you. Yeah, so a world tree, and when you come up to it, you just click on like you would click on a door. It's got like a knot, like a glowing knot in the middle or something like that. That would let you gain access to it. Yep. I think expression is going to be really huge, but I also think as much as expression and people being creative with their concepts, I think having those unique assets are going to help continue to drive creativity. And I think that's what Blizzard is doing right now, and we're just on the precipice of it all. We're at the beginning, right? I'm just talking.
We're at the very beginning, and they've already come out and said, Holly Longdale came out and said, this is an evergreen feature. This is never going away.
Yeah.
So we're going to see changes for years to come. I'm fine with it. I'm good with it. I'm really, really excited about it, and I can't wait. What are we, a week away?
Yeah.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready to get in there and make it happen.
Could you imagine, dude, instead of your home being a interior, it's a treehouse? A big ass bungalow tree with like
that would be awesome.
Different different pathways up and around.
Yeah.
To go to these different parts of the home, things like that.
I would love it.
That would be cool. That would be so cool to see what people could generate. I just think that's one of the things that we need is these types of conversations that we're having right now. I would love for Blizzard to get their eyes, not just on this show because it's us wanting to catch some notoriety, but I think that these ideas are being resonated throughout the communities worldwide. And
they are, and they have think tanks and stuff, and they did open this up to a lot of content creators in Europe where they were just building these massive
Aren't they doing something though? Aren't Blizzard having a grand like thing where they're getting X amount of creators together?
Yeah,
it was canceled, but it's supposed to be coming, right?
Yeah, it's gonna happen. You're gonna see it at BlizzCon, I'm sure, right? So
yeah,
they're gonna have a lot of stuff.
Well, my God, man, BlizzCon's next year.
Yeah. Well, think about the changes coming. You'll be able to test them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I wonder how many times we can say yeah before we piss everybody off in chat. Yeah. Anyway,
all right. What else we got? Is that it? Are we done?
That's what you sent me that you really wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
There was something that I wanted to bring back up though that we talked about last week. That we were talking about it briefly before we went live. The Delver's title thing.
Oh, yes.
They're driving that back. The Hall of Fame, the Solo Delve Hall of Fame is going from 10K now to 4K. They are rolling that back.
They're rolling
a little bit.
And
wasn't it like 2,000 at first, then it went to 10,000, and now it's 4,000?
Yeah, I think they realized that.
Wait, what a random number. Why 4? Why not like 5,000? It feels so unofficial. It feels so off. It feels weird.
I I think that they realized that 10,000 players is a lot for a Hall of Fame because it's not a raid team, right? You don't have 10,000 raid teams at a Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they just rolled it back to make it a little more exclusive. And my thought process is they just thought half is still too much. Let's just go 4. Let's just pick a number, run with it. I think that's what they did.
I mean,
yeah,
but 10,000. Do we even know what the actual current active subscriber player base looks like?
No, they're not. I mean, who knows how many people are actually doing it?
Right.
And that's the thing. You have to do it solo. Like, you can't grab your buddies and do it. You got to do it yourself. You got to be a big boy and get in there and do it yourself. And so there's a lot of people that have, as an example, Kai Veza down right now, but they went in as a group and it was easy. Oh, yeah, man, no problem. No. Did you do it solo? No, I didn't do it solo. That's what it's for. So.
Well, I mean, yes, and I understand that it's
Yeah.
a call. It's a pretty new ribbon on your uniform or whatever to say you have it. The title being in that Hall of Fame.
It's gonna be nothing but tanks.
But I mean, the thing about it is like 10,000 didn't really seem that big to me in the first place based on the player base. Now, if the player base, let me tell you something, guys, we're in trouble if the reason they dropped it is because they only want it to be a 1%er thing, and it's now 4,000. That means
I don't think that's it.
I think base has gone bad for us.
I think they're shrinking it more, and I think that's the whole thing. They're making it more exclusive, and that's fine. 4,000 players, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I think so too. That's it, guys. That's what we got to talk about today. Listen, we're going to be doing these live again. We're going to probably be adjusting the time to be a little more accommodating to those.
Yeah.
You know, kind of getting away from the meat of 9 to 5 like this, so that more people can tune into them. But you know, I'm going to edit this sucker up and get it reposted in 4K for your pleasure on the channel. So please make sure you like, subscribe when we drop the new video of this episode.
100%.
Like and subscribe. It's super important for the algorithm. Hey, let us know what you think. Let us know how by you talking to us in the comments, so that we can actually get an opportunity to see what your real opinion is about it, and what we're discussing helps us direct the show to where it's going to correlate or be more linear with what you want to see as the viewers. So please do us a favor. Without your information, we're just shooting from the hip, you know, into the into the black dark, and have nowhere to.
And I'm pretty good at shooting from the hip, but I miss sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, just like a stormtrooper, he's out there. Pew pew. All right, listen, guys, that's going to wrap it up tonight. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back next week.
Have a great day.
Take care.